Welcome, level uppers, to another live reaction time. We are about to watch the trailer for Logan.
Logan, as it's pronounced in places.
Yep.
You're the worst.
That's true.
Really excited to watch this. If you don't see it, of course, that means that we got a copyright claim on it, but we will remove the trailer and we'll come right back with our discussion on Logan. Let's check this out, guys. We just watched a trailer for Logan. My first thought is great song choice.
Yeah,
Yep.
100%.
A lot of people are complaining that they feel like the use of Johnny Cash's Hurt is manipulative. But I can't tell you really one other trailer that's used that song.
I cannot think of any more appropriate time to use that song than for Old Man Logan.
And the right version of that song, too. I know that Nine Inch Nails did the original version of Hurt, but I've always preferred the Johnny Cash version, and it works so well with that trailer, especially once that beat starts and the flashes are going with it. I mean, they, as you said, they set it up perfectly. Like, this really is a good adaptation of Old Man Logan because Hugh Jackman, who's just been so great in this role for the longest time now. You look at how it started 20 years ago. If you look at him then and now, to see that transformation here and how he's frail looking but still powerful looking at the same time. The scars on him, he's no longer got that healing factor. You immediately feel for him.
He's got it. But it's not.
It's just really slow.
It's on the decline.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Awesome. It's an awesome trailer. I was a little skeptical at first. Rick really loved this trailer, and I was like, "Did you love it though?" And I liked it. Gut reaction. I've watched it several times since, and yeah, I loved that trailer. It's a good trailer.
Right.
I loved it. Yeah.
As how this movie is gonna be, I'm so wary, dude, because this needs to be great because it's his last one, and Old Man Logan's like a fucking classic. It's one of the best comic books made.
Now, they are removing a lot, though, right?
They have to.
Yeah.
The original book is about he goes on a road trip with old blind Hawkeye, and they run into the Hulk. There's a Hulk family. It's a whole thing.
So was Xavier involved in Old Man Logan?
Not. He wasn't the road Professor X is Hawkeye. They're subbing him out because they can't obviously use Hawkeye. You know what I mean? But everyone's involved. It's all about he lived so long that the mutants are gone. Right. Except this girl who is confirmed to be X-23.
Oh, really? They confirmed it?
Yeah. It's gonna be X-23.
See, I prefer the way they're going about this. I'm so happy that they got Xavier in there, and I feel like we're getting that swan song moment for him.
It's a good way for their universe to do this. You know what I mean?
And Patrick Stewart, once again, that one scene where they're all at the table, and just that look that he gives, man, when he looks at Logan, it tears my heart out.
When they're all at the table and they're smiling, and it's just a crazy dynamic to see because it's Wolverine and this young girl,
right?
This old frail man, and it's great. I like the whole dynamic they have.
Right.
I'm really pulling for this. I'm really hoping Fox was able to get their head out of their ass for this one.
Oh God, I hope so. Here's the shot. I'll put it up. Do you agree, Greg? Man, that shot there, just his face, it pulls at my heartstrings.
I think they could get me to cry with this movie. I really love the dynamic in any form of media that is awkward. If you put it on paper, a 50-something-year-old man with a 8-year-old girl, that sounds so messed up on paper, but it works really well for some reason because somebody that has no experience passing on everything to somebody who has literally tons, or vice versa rather. It's a really cool dynamic. I'm really excited that they made X-23 really, really young and not teenager.
Yeah.
Do you think
her being
that
really
she
young.
grows up to take this mantle, she becomes the new Wolverine?
I think that's where they're trying to go with
this.
That's
what I would assume.
So in that, do you think that Logan dies at the end of this? This is the end for Hugh Jackman's Wolverine?
Yeah, I think they're going to kill him.
So and I would assume Xavier as well, probably.
Yeah, Xavier's going to die for sure.
I would assume Xavier dies for Logan, and Logan goes all out, and that's how he dies. 300
years old.
Yeah.
Xavier is?
Logan.
Oh, okay, I was going to say, that's impossible.
No, this is about 50 years after the last time we saw Xavier. Old Xavier, it's supposed to be.
Really? He's that old?
Yeah. And
so
Logan
he's 100 and something.
Logan is 300, at this point. And so that's what happened. Jem was kind of confused, and I think people who aren't really familiar with the book might be kind of confused. It's I thought he couldn't age. He ages very slowly. So what happens is it gets to a point.
Otherwise, he'd still be a baby.
Right. Exactly. So he gets to a point where he hits a certain age, and his abilities just start to decrease. And once that happens, it's like a light switch, and he starts aging more like a regular human.
Yeah.
And so that's why his healing factor is all kind of degraded and stuff. But How this is going to be, I don't know. Like I said, there's Red Skull as president, and he fights Red Skull in the book. Hulk has like incest with his cousin She-Hulk to like
that's not
reproduce
happening.
more Hulk.
See, but
stuff.
I'm
It's,
happy
crazy.
about that they're not doing that. Like, I just kind of want this to be a standalone movie in a lot
They
of
have
ways.
no choice. That's Marvel's stuff.
But that's what I prefer. I want this to just be a swan song for Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. He's done such an amazing job in this role for the longest time. Like, just go out on a high note, make us feel for you. They're bringing in the drinking, you can say here, because that's one of his ways to fight the healing factor, right? He kind of uses alcohol as...
Yeah, just so he doesn't feel anything.
Right, so that's
in the
going to bring
same
that in.
in the same respect, it's also a swan song for Patrick Stewart's Professor X too. I feel, you know, like I feel like this story, them being like buddy in this is awesome. And then also, what was I gonna say? Oh, the fact that it's fucking super grotesque and violent. The fucking claw through the head, dude. I need this in my life. Like this is the Wolverine.
That was only in the international version, wasn't in the traditional version there.
This is the Wolverine I need.
Right.
I need it.
It's just too bad that it took them all the way to the last one to finally give us like Wolverine.
But in a way, that's kind of poetic, right?
Yeah.
That we're getting it on the last one.
I guess, but it's like garbage. Why wasn't he Wolverine the whole time?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Well, he was. It's just, restricted Wolverine. I feel
That's my favorite kind.
He's always been Wolverine to me. Like, I'm gonna have
Wolverine
such a hard
with
time.
a nice set of rules.
I'm gonna have such a hard time getting over like Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Like he's been this role for me for so long.
I will and I won't. I really love Hugh Jackman just in general.
Yeah.
I like him a lot as Wolverine. Obviously, that's his role at this point. I am of what I feel like is kind of a minority at this point. There's just someone who grew up with comic books before the X-Men movies. So my Wolverine was never this. My Wolverine is like 5'4", stocky.
I get you.
A maniac. You know what I mean? Like, I'm waiting for that guy to show up still.
Tom Hardy.
That's it. I would love that, dude.
Me too.
That said, his interpretation in their universe, I mean, what's there to be said? He's great. So I'm glad he gets the chance, too, to really go, like, full berserker mode in this.
Do you guys feel like they showed a little too much at the end here? I'll go with you first, Greg. I mean, he's clearly holding a shovel. He's bleeding. They're looking down. Like, what do you think's happening here?
Right.
I think this is the scene. I think that scene where Professor X smiles at them and they're having like that dinner. I really think, for some reason, my theory is that Professor X dies to sacrifice himself to save them. There was also that scene where he's looking out into the window and all those people are there, and the whole thing starts shaking like he's having a telepathic meltdown or something. I think he sacrifices himself to save them. I think Wolverine goes berserk, and that's like how Wolverine gets killed.
That's
and
when
then
he becomes Joel.
And then I think it's going to end with like an epilogue where you see X-23 like burying him or something.
Yeah. I kind of wish they wouldn't have shown that last shot there just because it makes me feel like I'm looking at the burial scene of Charles Xavier.
I get a really bad feeling about the guy that they show with the metal hand.
Why is that?
That whole sequence and that group of people just reeked of like Fox bullshit to me.
Okay. I mean, they're clearly the ones hunting down X-23.
Yeah. I don't know why. Something about seeing them, I'm like, Fox is still in here, and like, I'm just worried about it. I think something that Rick pointed out is there's a scene where Wolverine is blocking claws.
Yeah. Who do you think it is?
There are 3 claws, and they kind of form the shape of a triangle. He has a son that's like made of a clone. He views him as a son, but he's a clone, really. Dakin, however you want to pronounce it. I think he's going to be popping up in this as well.
And is that going to be the end of it, you think, as far as like the other characters that are coming in this?
If anyone's going to kill him, it's probably going to be Dakin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's him. If who's going to kill him?
Is it going to be played by Hugh Jackman?
Who's got a better shot to kill him, but like another Wolverine,
So it would be like a young Hugh Jackman.
I don't think it's going to be played by Hugh Jackman.
No, you don't think so?
He doesn't look like him, really.
Oh, okay.
He looks like kind of Native American, almost. He's a Mohawk.
This is the one. Is this the one? Is this the one that he's like the clone specimen and they breed to be like him?
I think so. Yeah, it's not. It's not exactly a direct clone of him, but it's made up with his DNA. And so yeah, he's like, pretty much Wolverine. But it's interesting. There's a lot going on because we're gonna have X-23 who's a clone.
Yep.
We're gonna have Dakin, possibly. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see Dakin.
I'm very happy that X-23 is very young. I'm very happy.
Yeah, I agree with that. It just gives it that father-daughter scenario.
Get my money if you get a Dakin versus X-23 fight. She did
have a moment in the trailer where she kind of like jumps off one guy to the other, like, so she has powers.
Yeah.
So we're going to see some of that. But I mean, personally, this is exactly what I wanted. I know I've never read Old Man Logan. Like, I'm not somebody that reads the X-Men comics, but going based off the trailer alone and my love for Wolverine, who I've always loved, that's like always been one, like second to Batman probably is Wolverine for me. And I love Origin and all that. I've read most of the Wolverine comics. So looking at this is up my alley. I'm super excited.
It's the comic, by the way, YouTube, not Wolverine Origins. The movie.
Oh, yes, I'm talking about
just
the comic.
Just to be fucking clear before you jump down his throat.
Which is why this movie should have been called James. Not Logan.
Yeah, I'm looking for. See, I'm not one of those purists that's like, it's not like the books, man. I like going to see these movies because they're different from the books.
Yeah,
it's like a new book. You know what I mean? Like I get this whole new story with these characters I love. Yeah. So I'm glad that it's different. I'm looking forward to it. It's a great trailer.
Yeah,
Final thoughts, Greg?
I view this like I do like the X-Men universe. I view like the Walking Dead television show. Like, there are comic books that you read, and that's one story to tell, and then there's the media interpretation of it, which is then a different story. Yeah. I'm excited for it. I fucking loved the trailer. I love the dynamic. I love the casting. I'm very happy Patrick Stewart is in for this with Hugh Jackman. I'm very happy that hopefully they'll end up getting an awesome swan song for their careers as these roles.
Yeah, I agree. Guys, thank you so much for watching this reaction time. If you want to see the next live one, go to twitch.tv/levelupshow. Follow us there. And if you're here watching this on YouTube at youtube.com/levelupnetwork, make sure to hit that sub button, maybe like the video, maybe leave some comments, and leave your feedback on what you thought of the Logan trailer. Thank you for blowing our eardrums, Greg. Until next time, take care, and as always, don't forget to
level up.
Level up. Hey, Level Uppers. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you want to check out our other content, please do.
Like your favorite superhero podcast, Power Up, right here.
Or for everything PlayStation, it only does PlayStation right there.
For movies, television, and Netflix, check out the Lights Up Show down this way.
And for the latest episode of our gaming talk show, The Level Up Show, go right there. But most importantly, please don't forget to subscribe right there.
Nailed it.
We did it.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was good.
Which one do you think they'll click on?
I think Level Up Show, obviously.
Hopefully, all of them.
It only does PlayStation.
I would like if they watched them all, I think.
Lights Up is new, though. I think they should definitely check that out.
Lights Up's a new one. Power Up's always a new one.
About 7-8 seconds now.
Yeah.
We're
Well, you think they've clicked on something?
we're still here, so no.
I think they should.
We should give them a little bit
Did you
more.
click on something?
Click on something, guys.
We need to go.
The hell are you?
I'm going to give it 3 seconds.
Watch
We have
all
things
of
to
them.
do.
3,
Just click.
Stare them down. Stare them down until they do it.
1.
Ah!